What's going on, guys? It's Jeff. Back on some more Fortnite only up. Real quick, I want to thank everybody for all the love and support recently. All the new subscribers, all the likes and things like that. I didn't upload yesterday, but yesterday was crazy. So if you are new here and you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. I upload basically every single day. So we're here back on Fortnite only up. I want to try to finish this. It's hanging over my head. You know, I don't really want this to be a really long thing that I'm stuck on. It would also be embarrassing to be stuck on this one longer than when I was stuck on the regular only up. Now, to be fair, I haven't practiced nearly as much. You could look at the playtime. If I had the amount of hours in here as I did on the original only up, I think I had like 9 hours or something like that. I have maybe a couple hours of practice on here. I have not tried. Are you trolling? The FOV is what makes this really hard. If I could zoom out a little bit more, then it would be so much easier. Oh, also, so I saw this stuff going around where apparently all of these people are already starting to get invited to play and test out Call of Duty 2023, Modern Warfare 3. Now, some people are like trying to take screenshots of people's screens and see like the lobby layout and all that shit. I'm gonna be honest, man. I have been hearing stuff about the game. I was hearing some good things, but now I'm, you know, I hear one thing and then I hear a certain thing is scrapped and yeah. But basically, I'm still under the assumption and impression that Modern Warfare 3 is basically just going to be a better Modern Warfare 2. Now, what does that entail exactly? It could only be slightly better, who knows? But surely it couldn't be worse. I feel like with Sledgehammer, the game will naturally be more fast-paced. Now, given the pace on Modern Warfare 2 isn't really that bad because the maps are actually pretty good. They're at least way better than Modern Warfare 2019's maps that like really encouraged a lot of like corners and doors and all that shit. You guys know, you played it. Straight up lying if you don't agree. Now, it's not even an opinion. You can look at the maps and see, you can see a clear design change. Even Infinity Ward themselves were saying, hey, we're trying to make maps more like all of these other things that we were used to already making our maps like. And then we ended up getting maps like Candor Hideout, for example, which is actually a playable map on Modern Warfare 2019. So they know the difference between a good map and a bad map, at least in terms of flow. I've been hearing about fan favorite systems potentially coming back and other things like that, and then, you know, on the other hand, I'm hearing that's not happening anymore, so who knows, man. Sledgehammer, though, like, they usually take feedback really well. I know some people feel some type of way about Vanguard or whatever, but I'm just gonna say it like this. In the last 5 years, I don't think Vanguard's the worst one. I'll let you take a guess at that one. And I'm falling. Oh, yeah, also, speaking of Call of Duty stuff, they made Cold War free to play or some shit. Honestly, Cold War might be the closest to a good arcadey Call of Duty we've had in those last 5 years, actually. Cold War might be the best one. And honestly, I'm happy with the slide in that Cold War. People didn't use it to, like, actually slide cancel and shit, and the movement still felt fine. It felt more like an arcadey Call of Duty than any of the other ones we've had recently. So Treyarch definitely knows how to make a good arcadey, you know, Call of Duty. Cold War being their last one. Just never utilize all the shit that I always think that they're going to, the things that make them what they are. Like, all the different studios, I have all these characteristics in my mind of like what they do best, but that doesn't mean that they're only going to do what they do best. They're also going to do what they do worse. So you never really know what kind of disgusting concoction you're gonna get out of them, to be honest. But honestly, I might go and play Cold War. Come on, man. A lot of people seem to be saying that they're just gonna skip Modern Warfare 3, wait for the next Treyarch game. To be fair, we see these kinds of tweets and shit all the time. Now, also, it is a little bit different this time around, though. I think people genuinely are, like, fed up. They're like, fuck this. It's literally the hardest part on the entire run. That is actually the hardest fucking thing. That shit is insanely hard. I don't know what to say. I don't have an excuse. That shit's just fucking hard. It's just hard. Camera view is just so shit on this game that like you can never see what the fuck is actually happening in front of you, which is crazy considering like the way building and shit works on this game. You need field of view in this kind of game. It makes no sense. Feels like and looks like complete shit. Dude, oh my god. I don't know why they bother inviting literally like the most inexperienced and shit players out to these things. Hey, no offense to all the NFL players, but hey, you guys got a different profession. I mean, you could say for exposure in a way, like this kind of works, but at the same time, these guys have also leaked just about as much as people that have actually played the game, like whenever they get creators involved. I swear, every single time, one of these guys always fuck up somewhere. You could say it's for promotion and shit like that, but how much promotion? I mean, not much promotion, it's just odd. No offense, but like what the fuck does a Chiefs lineman know about Call of Duty? What kind of input could they possibly give other than just literally repeating anything that anybody that gets invited out there would say anyway? It's good. I mean, not to mention they're also like being presented in like a very controlled environment and shit too. So I'll tell you one thing, I bet you that they won't ever hold one of those big Call of Duty Next events again. That was disastrous PR for them. Couldn't have picked a worse iteration of the game than early Warzone 2. That's the other thing. People don't even talk about how disgusting some of these games are on launch and what they wanted their, you know, design things to be. They wanted you to play Modern Warfare 2019 without a radar in the top. top. They wanted us to use the compass, which is literally just like an inferior version of the actual radar. So by removing the thing in the top right that shows like the layout of the map, people are also confused as to where they're going. Then they had to sit here and argue back and forth about whether we needed dots or outlines for our teammates through the walls, because a regular radar slash map literally solves all of it. I'm gonna swing. I'm gonna swing. This game's movement is so shit! I hate this mantling shit, it's so bad! I saw that somebody was making a Minecraft only up seed. Would you guys want me to actually go and play Minecraft only up? Oh, that's gonna be so annoying. There's no mantling in that shit. Oh, I started a druid early yesterday. I got a boost to level 50 just so I could actually have access to everything tier 4 and all that shit, so I can actually go and farm properly. So I got a boost up to 50. At the moment, I'm like level 67 or something like that, 65. Tell me how I haven't died a single time on druid yet. I'm fighting shit that's literally 20 levels above me, and I'm not even coming close to dying. Whereas my level 100 mage is getting tapped by things 20 levels lower than me. While on druid, I'm not taking any damage from things that are 20 levels above me. And you're telling me sorcerer is fine? Sorcerer has a fucking problem. If you're telling me sorcerer is just gonna be that shit until season 2, like, I don't know what to say. At the moment, I'm running a pulverized druid. It's just literally the most straightforward, no thought process build, and I don't even remember what I was saying. Actually don't remember what I'm saying. It's crazy. I feel the memories slip away from me. It's crazy. You know, like, whenever you're trying to remember your dream and it has an insanely lasting effect, like, in the morning, you know exactly, like, if you're thinking about it the entire time. And then slowly over time, as soon as you stop thinking about it and concentrate on something else a little bit, all of those details of that dream fall off really easily. Then eventually you can't remember the dream at all. This is what it feels like when I get mad. Everything goes out the window. It's gone. I don't even remember what the point I was trying to get to. I don't remember. So the game is being shown. I mean, I guess we're gonna be getting a teaser within, what, another month? Something like that? I was assuming maybe, I was thinking that we would have seen something by now, but I guess apparently that's not the case. And it's pretty much confirmed through like all of that, the FTC court stuff. The game is coming out in November. So there is no early, you know, October launch or anything like that. It's November, the usual that they do. I'm not gonna beat this, am I? I'm not gonna keep playing this shit either. I'll just give up on it. I don't give a fuck. It's gonna bother me just about as much as when I quit Fortnite literally the first time. I'll forget eventually. Can't bother me if I can't remember. I can't be affected by something my brain is not processing. This launcher is so loud, I have to turn down my headset because it literally vibrates through my brain. My level 60 something druid, I'm pretty positive could actually smoke the shit out of my level 100 mage, and that's a problem. Honestly, they probably need more help than just the main stat being buffed and resistances being useless. Like, the whole class just needs a massive buff. Barriers need to be juicier, the damage needs to be higher, there needs to be other forms of the build that actually work, because ice is the only one that actually works endgame. If you actually want to push anyway. I guarantee you by the time I'm level 100 on my druid, I'm gonna be able to push like 30 levels higher than my mage, and it's fucking pathetic. I painstakingly over weeks tried to build that mage into something, and within a day I have made my druid surpass that, and I'm not even done on that. I'm not even 70% of the way done. It's disgusting. I should never be getting one-shotted by things 20 levels under me. I don't give a fuck if I have a shield on or not. Never should die that way. I don't care. I saw some people go and say things like, dude, just stack more armor, as if damage isn't also the issue. So sure, yeah, I'll go and get rid of some more damage things to go and get some more armor. The off chance that my character will take 5% less damage in my one-shot deaths than previously. Yes, that's perfect. Great idea. I think I already don't have the best, like, I have insanely high defensive stats on the pan, damage reduction, high max rolls on some of them. I can do this shit by the book with a fucking manual, and it is not it. Yeah, this game is so dog shit. Ah! I'm not doing the skip anymore. I'm not doing that skip. I don't know what to say. I genuinely thought this shit would be quick and easy. Like, just a one-off kind of deal. But it's apparently harder than the original. It's shorter in every way. It's more forgiving in every way. I'm actually gonna uninstall this shit. Yeah. This might be uninstall. This might be the end of this one. I'm just not gonna finish it straight up. The UFC event last night was insane. Like, literally one of the best cards all time. Like, one of the best cards. They had multiple finishes. I think it was like 5 finishes in under a minute. 2 of them were at really light weights too. Like, one of them I think was at like flyweight or something, and then another one was in women's straw weight. Like, they were both finishes in under 30 seconds. It's insane. Yesterday, there was some magic. It was crazy. I didn't get to make my video, you know, talking about my picks, but I definitely would have gotten a lot wrong because there was some surprising shit in there. Lots of upsets. Cannot believe Dricus du Plessis actually beat Robert Whittaker. Like, that's, I don't get it. That shouldn't happen. Like, mathematically, it shouldn't happen. Just fall. Dricus is not better than Robert Whittaker. Like, you run that fight back 10 out of 10 times, he's just, no, I don't care. No. There's something wrong there. I'm sorry, it might sound like I'm just not gonna give Dricus any, you know, credit or whatever, but I don't think he even looked good in that fight. I think that somehow Robert Whittaker managed to look worse. And I know that that sounds unfair, and it is unfair, I think, but watching him, there's nothing that he did that makes me go, oh man, this guy is a problem for everybody. I just sat here and thought the entire time, what the fuck is Robert Whittaker doing? Dricus looked just as sloppy as he usually does, but Whittaker got crumpled by like a jab or a straight or some shit. Like, I've never seen that before. I've never seen that. That's crazy to me. It's odd how it works out that way for the UFC. It really is. Because now it lines up this crazy storyline with Adesanya and Dricus, because Adesanya is just, he is not fucking with him. They've already had their words back and forth, and there are layers to this. I think that fight is less than like 2 months away. They're trying to get in there before the end of the year. Brandon Moreno ended up losing for a 3rd time to Pantoja. He just has his number, man. He's got that like Alex Pereira number thing on it. He just has his number. He beats him. He just has a good matchup for him. I thought Pantoja was gonna, like, he was running out of steam a little bit, but again, he just managed to be effective with his grappling, and his striking is danger. The dude is legit. I mean, no fluke there or anything. I mean, he just has Brandon's number. Some people are asking for a rematch and shit. I mean, he's 0-3, man. I don't think so. Get some other people in there. I don't know who he'll fight, but he lost his belt, and then Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez. Volk just kind of dominated him, I'll be honest. It's basically what people expected. You know, he was going to dominate him. He's just better pretty much everywhere. Obviously, in the stand-up, Volk really didn't want anything to do with him in the stand-up, though. Straight up. Like, he did ended up, you know, managing to hurt him or whatever, but then he just picked him up and dumped him and then just ground and pounded him out. But, man, Volk secures himself as pound-for-pound #1. I know John Jones is there, but I don't know. John Jones, he should have moved to heavyweight years ago. I mean, I'm pretty much impossible to please, I guess, with that shit, but I've wanted John Jones to literally go to heavyweight years ago, back when heavyweight was actually alive. John Jones is going to end up fighting Stipe later this year and then probably retire. Both of them are probably going to retire right there. It'll be a cool event and everything. It'll be nice to see, but after Jones wins and he rides off into the sunset, you basically look at his heavyweight, quote, reign as him beating Cyril Gane, who literally couldn't stop a nosebleed, let alone stop a guy like John Jones from taking him down. And then he's going to go and beat Stipe, who is consensus known as the, quote, greatest heavyweight of all time, looking at the accolades, but he's over 40 years old, and the lasting image of him is him getting absolutely evaporated by Francis Ngannou. John Jones is not going to fight Francis Ngannou. Francis is fighting Tyson Fury and shit, and Francis has been down to fight John literally that entire time. I don't know. I just expected John Jones's heavyweight reign to actually be a reign. He should do, in my opinion. He doesn't need to, you know, people will just accept it, but I would really like to see him defend against at least Pavlovich and Tom Aspinall. So after he beats Stipe, he should fight Pavlovich, and then he should fight Aspinall if Aspinall wins his return fight here soon. See how he looks on his return and everything, and we go from there. He would have proven that he's still better than all of the youngest heavyweights out there that are still coming up. I haven't fought for a title yet. And then he goes and beats the, quote, greatest. Francis Ngannou fight will always be a thing that kind of hovers over both of them, I guess, but I don't think that fight's gonna happen. It's also rumored that Francis is supposed to actually fight Tyson Fury. It's pointing towards like a boxing exhibition, but I don't think that really makes much of a difference. I mean, if Francis connects, you're dead. Now, do I actually think that Francis will win that fight? Fuck no. Now, if they did like some kind of mixed rules thing, you know, Francis would absolutely win, like, in a cage or whatever. This is the case with pretty much all of it. A cage fighter is gonna win in the cage, a boxer's gonna win in the boxing ring, the cage fighter will probably win on the street. That's just the truth. I know some boxing fans got, you know, something to say about that. Like, I get it, you know, the hands are next level. There are levels to this shit in terms of the hand. I mean, James Toney thought all you had to do was just punch him when they go for the takedown too, and we see how that worked out. If you're not familiar with James Toney versus Randy Couture, I suggest looking at that to see how a MMA fighter versus a professional heavyweight boxer goes. On top of those, you got like fight of the year candidates, like literally multiple fight of the year candidates, a bunch of fast finishes. Like this card, I don't think there was a single bad fight on it. And if I was introducing anybody to the sport of MMA, that's one of the top cards I would put out there for sure. Almost back to where I was supposed to be. I ended up getting over to the fans over here somewhere. Oh yeah, I have to walk past that really, really bad spot though on that crane. I have a feeling I'm gonna fall there. I'm psyching myself out already. Yeah, this spot right here. Oh, whew. All right, so this is where I fell before. I need to somehow use the fan. Okay, this is officially the furthest I've ever made it. Where is the wind draft at? Why isn't it picking? I'm uninstalling. I'm not even gonna do this shit. Straight up. See ya.